Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Another video in the new year and I'm very excited for this one. So I didn't want to start the year off with a sit-down video because I did quite a few during Bookmas. Thought we'd wait until the next one. It's the second video of the new year and it's unfortunately a sit-down, but a very important one in my opinion. We're going to be doing the beginning of the year book tag. So I have 14 questions that I wrote down. I got it from various sources. I think Sarah Rowley, I got it from her, as well as Larry and Destiny as well. I just got a compilation of all of them and kind of just picked and choose what I thought suited me, my tastes and my channel. Question number 1. How many books do I plan to read this year? I've explained this in my previous years or last year's beginning of the year book tag. Every year I kind of go off what I completed last year or the year before. Let me get my Goodreads up so I can just explain it to you again, but as quickly as possible. In 2023 I had 46 books as my goal, but then I read 64. In 2024 I had 70 books as my goal and I got 101. So I thought if I could read 100 books, let's just make it 100. So then in 2025 I made it 100 books. It says 134 on my Goodreads, but I'm pretty sure it was 131 books. So quite a bit. Getting to 100 was a little bit of a stress. Like I ended up just doing loads of audiobooks and, you know, just pressuring myself to read so much. And I think I'm going to change that this year. I'm going to go a little bit lower again. I'm going to say 80 books. So for this year, I want to read 80 books. If I read more, obviously that's great. If I don't reach the goal, it's also great because this year is going to be a whole nother ball game. So we'll see what we can achieve, but I want to at least aim for 80 books. Then my most anticipated new releases. I did do a whole video on new releases during Bookmas. I will link that up in the card so you can go have a look if you want to. I just went through all of them on Goodreads, like good and bad and what I was going to read, what I wasn't. But the ones that I'm most excited for are My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. I read Beautiful Ugly by her last year and absolutely loved it. I'm very, very excited to try something else by her. Then I have Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Alston. She wrote First Lie Wins and absolutely loved that book. Very excited to see what else she does. And then Light Wielder by Rachel Schneider, which is the sequel to, I didn't even like this book. What was it called? Metal Slinger. Metal Slinger is the sequel to Metal Slinger, but I do kind of want to know what happens because of the ending of the book. I didn't love that type of ending where it kind of just springs something on you, but during the whole book it didn't even hint at that. So I'm still really curious. I'm nosy. I want to know what's going to happen. If it's not on Kindle Unlimited, it won't be a priority, but I will try and read it. And then we have Burn Up the Everflame, obviously Kindred's Curse, everybody knows. Absolutely love that series. I didn't love the last book, which was Heat of the Everflame. Not my favorite in the series, but so excited to see what happens next. So those are my most anticipated new releases. A new genre that I would like to get more into. I have a book right here, sci-fi. I definitely would love to get more into sci-fi. I read something that was more speculative as well, which I really was curious about, and I don't fully understand the genre just yet, or the subgenre. Sci-fi and speculative I would love to read a little bit more of. I also love dystopian. I would love to read more dystopian, even though it's more difficult to come across because it's not very popular at the moment. I'd love to read more sci-fi and see what I think. Question number 4, a book most likely to reread this year. Definitely Kindred's Curse, which is the Spark of the Everflame series. I definitely would love to reread all of those, possibly on audiobook, but I would love to read them before the next book comes out because I kind of forgot. If not, I would just read Heat of the Everflame because it is like over 1,000 pages, but I definitely like to read that so I can prep for the next book and so I'm not like confused or whatever when I'm thrown in. I don't like to watch recaps. I prefer to reread the book if I have time. And then Fourth Wing. I've already reread it twice, but the whole Fourth Wing series is like a comfort book series for me. I listen to the audiobooks literally all the time. I know it back and forth. There is a graphic audiobook as well, which is pretty cool, but can get quite annoying, but it's still very comforting to me because I absolutely love those characters. They are like my friends. I've grown attached to them. Question number 5 is a series you want to read this year. So I have 2. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone and I'll probably be reading this in February because you'll see why once I show you. So I only have 3 of the 4 books here and I have The Chestnut Springs by Elsie Silver. So I have Flawless, Heartless and Powerless, which is the first 3 books. I didn't get the 4th because I didn't know if I would like it. There was a deal on for like 3 books for $7.50 at the work, so I thought I'd just get these 3. We'll see how we feel. We'll see. I might not even get to all of them. Definitely want to try the first book and see what I think because people say it's quite spicy, which I like. So I definitely want to try this and I bought it, so I might as well read it. Another series I want to get to is this series by Lucy Score. I think they're interconnected series, so you can read them all out of order, but I would really, really like to read this. I don't know what this series is actually called. I'm pretty sure that it was on the front card when I bought the box set, but I can't remember. But it is Protect What's Mine, Finally Mine, and Pretend You're Mine. I think that sounds very interesting as well. I do like Lucy Score's writing from what I have read. I haven't read the Knock 'Em Out series, didn't feel compelled to read those books because they were ginormous, and I don't love romance enough to commit that much time to it. But I read like My Dead Neighbor Next Door, I think that's what it's called, and I read her, I can't remember, like Out of Uniform series. I really like that, so I'm very excited to try these books, which will probably be read in February as well because it's kind of romance, isn't it? I'm also excited to continue the Throne of Glass. Obviously, as you know, I just started it. I'm on Throne of Glass, which I've read as my second book, so very excited for that series. Belladonna, I want to finish the Belladonna series, and then there's a few other ones, but it's not really starting a series, it's just continuing them. An author you won't be reading from this year. So I think I touched on this in another video before. Unfortunately for me, it is Taylor Jenkins Reid. I always say that wrong. Taylor Jenkins Reid, yeah. I read Carrie Soto Is Back, and it just made me realize that her books aren't for me. I don't like historical fiction. It's not something that I gravitate towards, and I find it really boring and mundane. Carrie Soto was about tennis, and I know it's a lot of female characters who, I don't know, it's just about strong female characters, I want to say, but it's not for me. It's just too mundane and boring in my opinion. So I think I'm done with that. Atmosphere came out, and I have absolutely no desire to read that. I loved Daisy Jones and the Six. I loved Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but now I've read Carrie Soto Is Back, as well as, what else did I read? Malibu Rising, I think. Didn't like, so 2 for 2, but yeah, I don't think her writing style matches my reading style. Question number 7, a popular book you want to read this year. The first one I just recently bought, When the Moon Hatched, When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I've heard Emily Fun, I think that's Emily Fun Reads, I think that's her YouTube name. I've heard her speak about this numerous times, but then I saw Emmy Reads Not Really Love It, so I'm very curious, and it was on a special at Asda in the UK, so I thought I'd just pick it up because it was quite affordable, but I'm looking forward to it. It has dragons, and I heard it's really, really dense. I know the sequel is also coming out this year, and then I need a crane for this. Alchemized. I know that I said I wasn't going to pick it up immediately because look at the sheer size of this. It's thicker than my Bible. My husband got it for me for Christmas because obviously he heard me talk about it loads, and I really loved Manacle. I'm very excited to see how she translated it out of the Harry Potter universe, which I actually love. I love the whole Hermione situation, so we'll see how I feel about this. But it's a thick tome, but definitely really excited to get started on this. Just need to find out what kind of video I need to put it in. Maybe I can match it to this question. A book to screen adaptation that I'm excited for. I did watch The Housemaid. I actually thought it was better than it was gonna be. Like, I really don't, I feel bad saying this, but I don't love Sydney Sweeney. I just feel like her character or just her acting style is very dry and very droll, but I think it suited Millie. I think it kind of suited Millie, but for me, she just played Cassie again from Euphoria, but I did think it was pretty good. What else did I watch? Reminders of Him, not Regretting Him, or Regretting You. I watched that one. Not that great. I didn't think the movie did the book any justice. I also watched the dreaded movie with Blake Lively in it. It Ends With Us. Watched that. I didn't love that either, but this year there are some more coming out, and I have 2 here, which is Reminders of Him, which I mentioned, which was by Colleen Hoover. Absolutely loved that book. It was so heart-wrenching, and it looks like it has a pretty good cast as well, so I'm very excited for that, as well as Verity by Colleen Hoover as well. I think that's going to be good because Dakota Johnson, I think, is playing in that, and so is Anne Hathaway, so that should be a good one. Something bookish you want to start this year. I always don't like these questions because as much as I set goals and like to set goals, I don't like to verbalize them or say them out loud because the evil eye and all of that. But ignoring that and just, I guess, more surface level, I'd say I want to start posting more on Instagram, especially my bookish Instagram. I have 3 Instagrams. I don't know, because I pre-film a lot of videos, I feel like I'm not current and up to date with like my reading, so I never remember to post while I'm reading a certain book, so I just need to figure out what kind of posts I can post. I might work on that this week as well, since it is the first week of the new year. I think I might just work on, yeah, putting some like things together so I can post more, because I really do want to grow on both Instagram and obviously my YouTube. Question number 10 is something bookish you want to stop this year. I want to stop buying book without seeing if it's book number 1. Do you know how many times I've either bought the last book in a series or like the second book in a series and not actually check if it is part of a series, and then I can't find the book anywhere. So I've done it too many times. I want to actually stop paying attention and not just panic buying books, because that's what I tend to do. So that's going to be a very big goal of mine this year, because I'm wasting money. But a bookish goal, goal. It just says a bookish goal in 2026. I don't know why I have this twice. It seems like it's the same question, but I want to continue to diversify my reading as well as like the authors that I read from. So I want to read more genres. I want to read from more Black authors as well. And yeah, I just want to branch out a little bit, because obviously all of us tend to read the same type of books because that's what's fed to us on the media, like YouTube and TikTok and all of that. And sometimes reading popular books doesn't always agree with me, and I don't always love that, or love the books at least. So I'm going to carry on my reading books to under 10,000 reviews, but hopefully I can branch out a little bit more and read things that are not recommended or highly recommended from certain people. Although it is fun to be in the know and be along with that, because your videos do get more views, but it is still nice to just mess around a little bit with other types of genres and other types of authors that aren't very well known. I find that very helpful and very insightful. A BookTube goal for 2025 or 2026, I keep still saying 2025, for 2026 is I'd love to reach 500 subscribers this year. I know it's a long journey because I'm such a small creator. I come from South Africa, and I think my geotag is really shit in South Africa, so my videos don't do as well. It's grown a little bit during Bookmas, so hopefully it continues to grow, so fingers crossed. And with saying that, please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I know a lot of people actually just watch my videos and don't subscribe, so please do if you have a second. A non-bookish goal for 2026, I want to find a form of passive income. I would love it to be this, but obviously I need to grow to at least 1,000 subscribers. I also need to do more shorts and stuff to bring more viewers in. And I do want to find a form of more passive income this year for sure. I want to work towards getting my visa so I can live with my husband full time. Those are my non-bookish goals. This is the last question. BookTube creators that inspire me. So I have quite a few, I think, and I think it has changed from last year. So I love Ellen Catherine. I absolutely love her videos. Sometimes they can get a little bit repetitive. Like, I personally don't like watching TBR videos because I don't create TBRs. I just find them a little bit boring and tedious, and if I don't feel like reading something that month, I will just not read it. I wouldn't say I'm a mood reader either, or a seasonal reader, but I kind of just pick and choose what I want to read when I want to read them, and that's how I plan my videos out. So yeah, sometimes when she does her TBR videos, I don't always watch, but I absolutely love her type of content as well. Like the fact that she doesn't do a lot of B-roll, and she's not no mess, no fuss type of person. So absolutely love her and would recommend. Then Emmy Rosem, or Emmy Reads, I think that's her name. I discovered her last year. Absolutely love her as well. I like her, especially fantasy suggestions. However, I don't like that she will read a whole series in one go, especially like Cassandra Clare and stuff, because I don't care about it, but that's easy to avoid. I just skip that video for that week, but I absolutely love her. She reads a lot. She's very insightful. She's a little bit quirky like I am, so can relate to her. Absolutely love her. She's also very much a homebody, and so am I, so absolutely love that. Then Rachel Catherine, she hasn't changed from last year. Absolutely love her again. She's very much like me. Sarah Caroli hasn't changed as well. And then I used to watch Ella Rose. Put her down because I really did like her videos, but she fell off in the last year and stopped posting and stuff. I know she went through something personal. I don't know what it is obviously exactly, but I know she went through something personal, and now she's not reading as much, so don't know if I will continue to watch her content because I like content that's actually about books. I personally don't love sit down videos either. I find them very boring. I want to see you reading it. I want to see your reactions, even though I'm very dry and don't have a lot of facial expressions, but I like to watch people actually physically reading the book and enjoying the book, and I love reading vlogs. That is all the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am very excited for this year. It's a big year for me, and more to come on that, but not right now. Obviously, it's literally today is like the 2nd of January, 3rd of January. I'm filming this on the day that my last upload went on. So a lot is happening this year, but I can't obviously talk about it just yet until everything is sorted. It's a big year. Thank you all so much for all the support over the last year or so. Last year my goal was like consistency, and I think I did really well with that, so I think I've done pretty well if I say so myself. But that being said, thank you so much for watching again. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.